You cannot escape from death.
Okay, so you guys gotta let me know how the audio is. I think I have everything figured out. If it sounds bad, let me know and I'll try to fix it. But new microphone, new Moonsault Slayer, new voice. I sound crispy, don't I? Okay, let's talk about what's actually happening. Arslan Ash is tweeting a lot, and as you guys know, I'm a big fan of the Arslan, big fan of the Ash, and I like to just follow his journey. And now we're following his journey up until the Tekken World Tour. There was this super huge post that was made by Ryan Hart where he was basically asking, what is your FGC opinion? I have a video separate where I talk about all of the opinions. It's filled with hot takes. You guys should check it out when it drops. But as for Arslan's take, he says Tekken 7 is greater than Tekken 8. And this is something we know, like Arslan has been very vocal about. Even though he is adapted very, very well to Tekken 8, I was kind of worried about a defensive player entering a aggressive environment, offensive environment, but he adapted incredibly, right? But he still likes Tekken 7 over Tekken 8. And it's no surprise, Tekken 8 has the potential to be great, but it has a lot to live up in terms of what Tekken 7 established. That game, as it shows here, is number 6 in the highest selling fighting games of all time. And if you look at the games above it, none of these games had season passes or, DLC. And if you take that stuff into consideration, Tekken 7 is by far probably the most successful. They probably made the most money off of that game, right? So Tekken 7 was a success in so many different ways, and Tekken 8 has a lot to live up to. And I think it's right for the players to request that out of developers, to request that steady increase in quality, right? That's the whole reason the developers wanted to switch from Unreal Engine 4 to Unreal Engine 5, right? Now, they do have some issues because of it. Of course, the shop. Let's quickly take a detour over to Street Fighter. We always talk about how the shop and skins are being put into the game so slowly. And I seen this post from a Street Fighter player, and it says, my live service game got no service, bro. It's been over a year now. And what this person is referring to is how they only got 3 outfit packs, and the last one, the third one, was over a year ago. So even though Tekken 8 is kind of struggling to put stuff in the game, I mean, at least they're still going. Who knows what's going on for Street Fighter 6. Now, let's end our detour and go back over to Arslan Ash. This guy is preparing for the Tekken World Tour finals. He just got his Japanese visa approved. I will talk about this because there's a rule change that he is celebrating, and I'm pretty sure a lot of the Pakistani players are celebrating. And here's why. So he says, yo, it's finally happening. I'm so excited to see this. Now, it says top 8, winners semifinal and losers top 8, losers quarterfinal, losers semifinal, winners final, losers final, and grand final matches will be best of 5, in which the player who wins 3 sets first wins the match. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but they usually only did this for grand finals, but now that they're applying it to the entirety of the top 8, this will allow the players to truly demonstrate who is better. And the reason why I said the Pakistani players probably like this a lot is because I don't know how things are with Tekken 8, but with Tekken 7, a lot of people said that the longer you play them, the stronger they get. And they dominated in first to 10s and first to 5s. That's what they do. So a longer set here means that they can use that, ability to learn, adapt, and get better. And you may blow them out the first match, but the second match, the third match, it's going to get harder and harder and harder. So that's why Arslan is celebrating this. And really, as spectators, I think it's fun to watch as well. The EWC, they did a first to 5 format, and it was really interesting seeing people, make comebacks. One dude got blew out 4-0 and then turned it around and then won 4-5, made a 5-win streak comeback, right? This is something that's not possible in tournaments. So when you add a little bit more to the ending of the tournament, it just allows the players to really prove themselves and really learn the matchups. And when you talk about broken characters and 50-50s and all this guessing you have to do, you have more of you have more time to understand the patterns in the 50-50s and just show your skill. So I like that change. That's a very good change. Arslan Ash, he says Lahore is number 1 in both pollution and Tekken. I seen this and I was like, nah, that's the craziest slander, but also celebration I ever seen. All right, with that aside, now let's talk about strong characters. Arslan says if Nina, Dragunov, Jin, and Yoshi gets nerfed, Bryan's gonna be the next big thing. Now, this is pretty interesting. We know Yoshi, Dragunov, Nina is like the top dogs. Fang was a part of that discussion, but it seems like as time goes on, people are talking less and less about Fang. Now, Jin is all of a sudden in the conversation. A lot of people are saying Jin is top 3. A lot of people say it goes Yoshi, Nina, Jin. Jin popped up out of nowhere. But now you have Bryan Fury popping up. And this is just what I mean when I say, like, there's so many strong characters in this game, bro. Like, so many characters are doing so many things, and it's taking the pro players a long time to figure it out. So you can only imagine what's happening in a casual level, right? It's crazy. Joker adds, if Nina, Dragunov, Jin, and Yoshi gets nerfed, Shahid is going to be the next big thing. So he puts a little spin on what Arslan says. And once again, bro, they're naming like 8 characters. This game only has like 30 something. So many strong characters everywhere you look. You could throw a Claudio into the mix. You could throw a King into the mix. I was told that a lot of players are dropping Dragunov and they're playing Heihachi. I have a video that I will show you guys that I've seen on Twitter. This will give you an example as why people are playing Heihachi. But I also was told that a lot of Japanese players are dropping whatever scrubs they're playing and they're playing Yoshi. So there was also a tournament that was like TNS or something like that. It was an online tournament, and there was an army of like American Heihachis in that tournament as well. So right now, players are they're just shopping for a character. Some people are going to Jin, some people going to Yoshi, some people going to Heihachi. Depending on how this thing plays out, that may be the 3 characters who dominates. And you know me, I'm a Yoshi man. I'll love it. I'll be happy. I'll celebrate. I'll watch. I'll ooh and ah, flash this, spin that, critique everyone, armchair gamer to the fullest, right? I'm gonna love it. But then after that, probably should get some nerfs. Another person, I just want to add this one in here. Malik Ash says Tekken 8 is a great game until you face Yoshi, Drag, Nina, Alyssa, Jack. I forgot about Alyssa. Jin, Jack, Eddie, Reina, Bryan, and Fang. Eddie and Jack being a part of this equation is crazy, but you got to keep in mind that the pro players play a slightly different games than us. What they punish, what they see is like different. It's different. It's like when an ant look up at the sky and a human look up at the sky. We are not seeing the same thing, right? And that's why I think it's so interesting to watch pro players, especially over a long course of time. Like I like to watch Arslan and Nee and a couple of players, right? Just how they progress, because not only do you get to see them as an individual, but you also get to see their skills, their just perspective, everything, right? So I'm interested to see what Arslan does going into this tournament, if he can take it. You know, there's a big rivalry between Korea, Pakistan. A lot of people really want to prove themselves. And with this long time of no balance, everyone has the opportunity to learn, understand, and show up being the best that they possibly can be.